know that I was Giselle / Oprah, and I can make people cry. Now you
I
ain't know.
mean, ma'am, I thought we was gonna get on here and giggle and have a sip. Like we have found a whole nother route for you. Like, hello, Andy, you got a little Oprah over here.
Listen, Andy better recognize. Now listen, let's move on. Okay, so I remember sitting at home watching you in your first season of Atlanta and your interaction with, you know, Miss Kenya Moore, Miss America / Miss USA. You know, yes. I remember that whole interaction, and you narrated it in this book. It made me laugh. It didn't make me laugh at the time when I was watching it, but reading it,
yeah,
that thing is funny to me.
Yeah, it is. And I wanted to, you know, I do talk about a couple of the ladies from Housewives in the book. By the way, you guys can pre-order my book. It is in my bio. It's available November 30th, but you can pre-order it right now.
Yes.
Yes, I do talk about some of the women in the book, and I have to. Giselle,
yes.
I mean, you've been doing this for how long? How many years?
6 seasons.
6 seasons. So 6, 7 years. That's 7 years.
Yes.
Because of the so 7 years. I've been doing it 10.
Right.
And you know how it takes over your life.
Yes.
I mean, in the way you and I operate on these shows, it's a show maybe the first season. After that, it's your real damn life.
It
like,
is.
I really have relationships with these people.
Right.
Each year is a year of my life that has been presented on camera, lived through the camera. So, I mean, how could I write a book and not put these women in it?
Oh, no, it was perfect. It was perfect because it humanized what we're watching.
Right?
And it gives kind of like a little behind the scenes. Of course, we always love behind the scenes, but it also makes people understand that we are human beings.
Yeah.
Outside of what you're just watching on television. We're real people. Going through real stuff. And when the cameras are down, we got to deal with what you all are watching, right? We got to deal with it in our own lives. We got to deal with our relationships, with our guys, with our families. We got to deal with all that. Y'all just watching it for entertainment.
Right.
So what you put in the book about it, Housewives of Atlanta, was perfection.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Thank you. Listen, what's so crazy is like people always talk about now. I've been doing interviews, you know, for the book or whatever. Yeah. And the biggest thing is like, you know, coming from a reality star or, you know, you're a reality star. And I'm like, yeah, reality star. I love it. Because it gave me this platform. Yes. And honestly, I don't know if you noticed, being on these shows, you actually deal with your shit quicker. Right. And you deal with it in kind of like a more authentic way, I would say. Yes. Because a lot of times we like to sweep stuff under the rug. 100%. And we don't deal with a lot. And plus, most people, if you are being a certain way, you don't get to see how that looks. We get to see it. Right. We get to see it. We act the fool. We do something that may not be quite right. Yeah. Yeah, we may think it's cool right then, but you cannot deny once you're sitting there watching your ass on TV and you're crazy. Right. So I had a lot of growing to do. Girl, I went to anger management. I had a lot of growing to do. And it had a lot to do with the show, but a lot of it played out from personal things in my life. Yes. Like, I didn't even realize, like, part of my trauma I brought on the show was being bullied in school. Right. And you don't even think about that. It's like I'm a grown-ass woman. How me being talked about in school plays into who I am today? Well, it does. Yes. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. And if you don't realize it, guess what? Those producers will help you realize it real quick. Oh, I feel like, girl, don't you feel like the producers on the show, some of them definitely are psychologists. They hire psychologists. They analyzing my ass, okay? Stop analyzing me. They know, but they help you. They really do. Over the years, it has definitely brought me to who I am today. I would never take away any of it. My biggest thing is no regrets, lessons learned. I came up with that like my 3rd season, and I still stick by it today on the show and in real life. I don't regret anything because all the highs and lows that you will read about in my book, I don't regret any. It literally made me who I am today. 100%. And you are a bad one, I can say. Thank you. Okay. Now, let's get to Dennis. You know I love me some Dennis. Yes. And I love how you talked about, because, you know, all I knew about y'all's relationship was what I saw on the show. Right. But you gave the people
some prior to the show. You know, you gave the people how when y'all met and how you felt and, you know, this, that, and the third. Y'all gonna read it. Y'all, it's juicy. It's juicy.
Okay. And look, girl, it's not edited. This is no edited, nothing. This is straight up no chaser over here. This is hardcore.
Now, did you, you know, because that's your child's father, did you say to him, read this before the world reads it? Or did you tell him what was in the book? Like, did you give him a heads up?
No.
Oh.
No.
Okay.
And I'm going to tell you why.
Okay.
The only person that got a heads up on this book or some things from this book is my mom and my sister. My mom got a heads up because I'm her baby girl.
Of course.
And I knew it would be very emotional for her to read a lot of what's in the book.
Right.
My sister got it because when I was doing the audio version for the book, which, yes, there's an audio version, certain chapters I could not read out loud. Without breaking down. So it just was too hard for me to revisit reading it out loud.
Okay.
And so my sister went into the studio and she read those chapters for me.
Oh.
So those are the only two people. Thank you, sister, little Lauren. But those are the only two people got a heads up. The reason I didn't give the men in my life a heads up or ask anybody could I use their name is because this is my story. And all of it is 100% truthful. And all of it is just giving you my perspective as a woman, where I'm coming from. Right. And there's nothing that I'm telling in the book, no matter how bad it is or how someone else may feel about it. Yeah. I'm not telling it to be sensational. I'm telling it so that you can get the full picture of what I'm trying to get you to understand from the book. Is that you as a woman may feel a certain way, you may love a man and this and that, all of the things that I put in there about him, how amazing he is, everything, good, bad, or indifferent, all of that is just my perspective of how I feel. Now, if these people, other people decide to go write their own book, that's cool too. But I feel like when you write a book and you put your name on it, as long as you are telling 100% the truth, I don't feel like you owe anybody anything. But I know he will respect what he reads when he reads it.
Yes, I can say that. I can say that. Now, what I took from it was, because, you know, any 20-year-old woman dating out in the world trying to find herself. Oh, by the way, we didn't touch on your business entrepreneurial acumen, Missy. Okay, you over here trying to like start a business, and then this business, like I didn't know you were starting businesses as a very young person, like in your 20s. That is commendable. That is very commendable. And you got that drive from?
I got that drive from my mother. My mother, and embedded in my blood from my father's side of the family. All of them are entrepreneurs, they're teachers, they're educators, etc. My mother has been in business since I was 2 years old. And I actually started working with her when I was 17. So, you know, my mother is a hustler. She has always made it happen, always, you know, provided me with a good lifestyle. So that was just in me to do.
Right. Okay. Period. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
You will be showing Pilar that, which is what we always need to do. Like we always
what I want Pilar to get from the book, this is not just that I want her to be an entrepreneur, I want her to do well, because if you'll notice in the book, there's a lot of points to where I had reached the level of success. Right. I had a penthouse. I had a business that was doing well. I lived well in Buckhead. And I didn't value it. I still didn't value it. I still didn't value me. Right. I never really saw me as the prize. Yes. And so I want her to understand that she doesn't have to live by any tradition. Because a lot of my life, I lived through tradition from being from the South. Marry up, you know, marry a man who's you know, doing well, who's well off, and who will take care of you and take care of your child and all of this, and you be his wife and you be submissive and you be all that. Although I do still believe in being submissive, it doesn't have to, you don't have to lose yourself in those situations.
That's true.
You don't have to lose yourself. And so I want her to learn that part. That's the part I want her to get. She already gonna be a boss. It is what it is. It's just in her. Her grandmother was a boss. Her mother, she just gonna be that. But I want her to understand she doesn't have to live in any type of tradition. Get you a man, a brother who is going to respect you, and you're going to be his partner. You continue to live in that. Whatever you accomplish, I want her to bask in that. You know how to say, oh, she's cocky or whatever. No, ain't nobody cocky. Ain't nobody cocky. I deserve everything that I get because I work for it. And that's where we are today. And that's what gets the haters upset. It's because you know who you are. You don't have to downplay a damn thing. I have always felt in my life that I had to downplay every single success. So therefore, it never meant shit to me. So therefore, when I encountered someone else, I valued their money, their job, their house, their this, and only saw myself in their picture.
Yes.
It ain't like that. I want you to have to see yourself in my picture. Get on what I'm doing.
You know what's so crazy about what you just said? I did not. I was kind of like you. I was just kind of like being successful, but not appreciating it or not really seeing it for what I'm doing until my kids. So you have to keep in mind, this is not that long ago. Until my kids said, "Oh my gosh, Mommy, we're so proud of you.
Yes.
Like you're doing so amazing. We're so proud." It wasn't until then that I was like, God damn, like I'm a bad bitch. Bitch. I have worked for everything that I had and I appreciate it. I didn't appreciate it until my kids was like, yo, we're proud of you. Right. So learn from me and Portia. Ladies, y'all out there getting your grinds on and your hustle on, understand what you're doing and value what you're doing. Because if you don't, people will take it from you.
That's right.
Yes,
and they'll take it from you, or you be done gave it to them. You just give it to them, you know. And we don't, and that's not where we are now. No, that's old school right now. That's old school for you to feel like, you know, it's the man gotta have this, man gotta have that. Yeah, he gotta have.